So today, we're all here for this device. I'm basically building my whole. I'm basically, I won't say building my whole life around this device, but there has never been a device like this, to my knowledge, at this level, which is consumer friendly. I think that's the key that I would say. So, as you saw that you might have saw, it's that it's the holy grail moment for me. You know, I've been 20 years into, you know, spirituality, wellness. Essentially, know thyself. This is basically the edict that I live by. This whole idea of knowing myself. So to understand something, to really go deep and try and find out the true center of what this thing called self is. And then they often say, once you know yourself, then you know God, or you know nature. And the call to action is to start with yourself first, because you should know yourself more than anybody. And so if you try to understand, let's say, the universe first, and especially when it seems like it's outside of you, it's going to be very, very difficult to do. So once we start to know ourselves at the root level, you'll start to see synchronicities and similarities with how the universe is built as well. And so the saying that I have is all is self and self is all, which just essentially taps into the oneness principles and this whole idea of everything being connected. So this basically has led my whole life, I would say. I would, yeah, I would say literally my whole life. This has led, and an interesting story starts when I introduced my brother, who I said is a monk. So my brother is a monk, lives in Thailand. You know, has been a monk for 10 years, and well, over 10 years now, and he's on an incredible journey. You know, meditates all day. You know, he's an esteemed. They're literally treated like royalty. They're treated above royalty, essentially, because they're, you know, like, let's say the spiritual kings of their community. So that was my brother's journey, and I always said that he's exactly where he's supposed to be, and I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. So he's my younger brother, for whatever that means. But the idea that I had in my head, this is about 15 years ago, is that there was a reason why I was born in the UK, in London, you know, Edmonton. I'm from a place called Edmonton, which is near Tottenham. You know, it's like a famous football club, if you're into that sort of thing. And I was always like, so my brother basically is trying to get to heaven, nirvana. He's trying to get to these high states of spirituality, like the highest states possible. And after his first year, you know, I'm speaking to my brother. He's not speaking to me for the first year, for a lot, because he's just so intense into this new way of being. It's cool. It's all good. So I speak to him after about a year, and I'm like, okay, cool. Now finally, let's talk about this nirvana thing. Like, what is when are you gonna get there? I didn't say that, but essentially the conversation moves onto time. And he was like, well, you know, it's written in all of the literature and many literatures that it may take 1,000 lifetimes to master. Now, you don't have to believe. Again, this is not a belief. We don't talk about the levels of beliefs. Everyone is welcome today on this conversation, but in their particular system, they believe in reincarnation. And so, what that basically means is that they need to come back until they learn all the lessons that they need to learn, and then they ascend. That's essentially Buddhism in a very, very short nutshell. Now, 1,000 lifetimes. And so he's saying that even though I've left the West, I've put myself into a place where everybody there is only about one thing, which is ascension, and getting to the highest level of spirituality, which is nirvana, that it still may take 1,000 lifetimes, and I still may not get to a certain level in this lifetime. And you could take that for what you could take that any which way. One way you could take it is that you could take that a paralyzing, demobilizing, and a depressing statement. Like, wow. So I'm gonna put my all into this, and I still might fail. Now that's not their perspective, but you can understand that being, especially in a culture that's driven by like a hustle culture and a culture that's driven by success. Like I'm talking about the West, basically, this Western idea of what success is. You could see that life as being a waste of time and also a failure. Now, that's not how I see it, but it can be perceived like that, and it would be completely natural to perceive it like that. Now, what I've had a conversation with my brother, like this is like 10 years ago. I'm like, yeah, but I feel like I've got work to do here. And over the years, we're learning each other's, way of being. I'm learning more about his way of being. And one of the things I'm reading in one of the Buddhist books, it's like, well, there's 3 types of Buddhas anyway. And one of the types of Buddha is what they call a forest monk or a forest Buddha. And so this is the kind of Buddha that is like my brother, basically my brother. So my brother is Theravada, if you know what that is. So they're called forest monks. So they live in forests, essentially. He lives in a nice forest with a nice builder, by the way. Don't feel sorry for him, but like he's living his best life, trust me. So I can't remember what the other monk is, the other type of monk. Oh, the solid, yeah. The other kind of monk is more like the guru kind of monk, where you learn everything and then you go back and you teach everyone, or you're teaching whilst you're learning. And so there's no real isolation. You're basically doing your learning within a community, basically. More as a teacher. So those would be the kind of monks that would write books, for example, and actually be, the leader of their community. So the reason why I'm saying that basically is that I too want to reach nirvana. I too want to reach heaven. I too want to reach the highest vibrations and the highest self and the true self and all of these wonderful things. And I would say that in the West, it's difficult. I would just say it's just really, really difficult because we have jobs, got bills to pay. We're not even sure whether the people that are in power are really have our best interests at heart. I'll let you decide on that one. But all of these factors and forces, and then we're also not really brought up in a community where you are supposed to thrive spiritually. That's not really put as a primary focus. And so one of the ways in which I think is completely fine and wonderful to do alongside any of your personal development and self-development practices, is to use technology. So there is a whole community of people that are called biohackers, which are life hackers, essentially people that are essentially looking for shortcuts and ways to maximize their time in life. And so that could be one way in which you could, that could be, I don't mind that title. Oh wow, Mel's in the building as well, yeah. Wow. Special people, yeah, today's gonna be special. So yeah, what we're basically doing is we're finding out ways to live an optimal life optimally. And it's really, really, really hard to know ourselves. Like if you want to watch my video last week, I show that graph that I show where I show like 200 different influences, which is all pulling at our energy. That's all pulling at our vibration, which means that unless you can control these 200 outside forces or know how to control your own body through certain spiritual practices or just practices in general, energy practices and so on and so forth, just literally distancing yourself from negative energies, which again then becomes even more tiring because now you have to look at everyone and say, oh, are you trying to drain my energy? So that in itself is now difficult. So it's why we have such a long life, really, I would say, because it's difficult to master. It's easy to understand conceptually, these concepts of, unconditional love, peace, harmony. What beautiful concepts. but to live it on a real practical, everyday, embodied state, which is the only thing that really matters. You know, it doesn't matter if you've read 1,000 books, sat under 1,000 gurus, until you know how to internalize it, then you're going to be missing a key. You're going to be missing the key, which is experience and wisdom. And so this device that I found, basically, so it's not even the device that I found. It's just that certain people that I listen to produce products that make our lives easier from an advancing your vibration level. And so I've been listening to these kind of people for like 10 years at the very least. And there's a few people that when they say something, you kind of pay attention. These would be kind of akin to like your Warren Buffett's of the world, where if they're moving their money into something, you might want to pay attention because they've probably got information that you don't know. And so it just makes sense to follow the money. It's that kind of thing. You know, there's just certain circles where once you're around it for so long, you kind of know the people that are needle moving and needle pushing within the certain communities of like biohackers and stuff like that, basically. Spiritual tech, just tech in general that allows you to advance yourself. And so yeah, this product only came out of beta last month. So I've known about it for 6 months. But I was just waiting. I was just biding my time waiting. And yeah, now is the time, basically. Now is the time. So I literally, so yesterday I literally had the epiphany. I was like, I literally feel like Willy Wonka. I feel like Willy Wonka with a golden ticket. I had these leaflets yesterday. Yeah, they're around somewhere. Anyway, whatever. Oh, there it is. It's in the corner. I'm not getting up. But yeah, anyway, I had these leaflets. So I printed out some leaflets. And as I was giving them to people, I only printed out 25 because I was just testing on market. I was just testing it. It was on a small, short run. And I literally felt, and I even started saying the last 3 ones I gave out because I only had 3 left or whatever. And I was like, I actually said out loud, yeah, I'm Willy Wonka, by the way. Do you want a golden ticket? We're having fun in life as well, people. So, because to my mind, there has never been a product that is, like I said, as consumer ready. There are other products that I can show you that are incredible, but they're so technically, you could almost say practitioner level. They're not ready for public consumption on a mass scale. And that's why I believe that this is a game changer, especially like the size as well. You know, you can fit it in your pocket. So it does real-time biofeedback. You can scan it real time, go straight to your phone, Bluetooth, you know, Bluetooth ready, all of these good things. And then it will give you they just added another 400. So I was saying 1,777. They've now added in their latest update, 2,313 different ways of showcasing data that will tell you about yourself, your emotional, your mental, your physical, and your spiritual body. I will I'm just gonna put in the chat. I'm actually just gonna put in the chat the link to the website as well. What's it called? Census 2. So this is the landing page. I'm just gonna put in the chat. So again, just as I'm speaking, if people want to just peruse it for themselves, it's just a 1-page landing page. And I will be demoing this later, by the way, so you don't need to go to it now. But yeah, just so you can kind of see, because again, I don't know who's here and why you're here. So you may not have received the leaflet. You may not have been paying attention that much. But yeah, this is the website I just built in 1 day. Yeah, let's not say it. No, I will say it. I've not slept much in the past couple of weeks. Put it that way. I'll just leave it like that. It's not a boast. It's not a good thing. It's just, I need to get this into the hands of people because I know how powerful it is. And I keep on hearing testimonials. And so I can't wait to hear people's testimonials when they try the device themselves. Because I've only got a couple and they're all amazing. So it's just like, and I know we're just scratching the surface. I'm still scratching the surface of what this product can do. I need to sit down like a day over the weekend and just do my normal 15-hour thing where I don't go sleep. And I build my I build this within my framework and within my structure of what I do. So, all right. So essentially, the device basically requires no effort. The main thing that we're saying about the device is that it requires no effort. I'm going to show you that there is a part to the device where you don't even need to. Once you do a scan, you can just go straight to the healing. So you don't even need to read the information about yourself. I'm a bit of a nerd. I'd love to know about myself, or I love to know what things people are saying about myself. And your subconscious mind, just to be clear, just to remember that your subconscious mind is at least 90% of your power. And it's called subconscious for a reason. So it means we don't know, you know, especially if we can't even decode dreams and stuff like that. So that conscious mind aspect of you knowing yourself, even intuitively, there are just going to be some things that we call the unknown unknowns. And so a biofeedback tool that's as accurate as this is medical grade actually as well, by the way. So in terms of it doing a heartbeat sensor, it is actually 100% medical grade. You know, there's another version which is the pro version. So this is the light version, which is the only version that they've released, which is consumer ready, hence why it's the form factor. But there is a pro version that will be coming out later on the year, but that will just be for clinicians. So or practitioners. So I'll have one of course. Yeah. All right, cool. So I'm now going to share my screen a little bit, and I'm just gonna go here. Also, as well, any questions that anyone wants to ask, please ask them. I do actually have some moderators. That's how organized I am. I actually have some moderators. So I'm basically building a mini team for this product. And so, yeah, we've got some moderators on the call. There are business opportunities, but I'm only going to talk about them at the end. Because obviously, you know, I want people to use the product and I want people to fall in love with the product. So, yeah, we'll talk about the business opportunities later. What are you doing? So yeah, we'll talk about the business opportunities later. But there are business opportunities that are going to be very, very strong for this product. And that is also one of the people that is also one of the reasons why I'm so excited, because one of my tasks has always been to try and find a product that allows people to make money, and it's also helping the world. So why not? All right, cool. Wow, so organized. All right, let's just make that smaller. All right, cool. That will do. That will do. That will do. All right, cool. So why this matters? So why I enjoy being a life coach so much is that it's almost sad, but it's something that I've come to accept. And it depends on obviously where you are. So obviously take this with a pinch of salt, depending on where you are. But it's interesting when I see someone's potential more than they do. I'll say that again. It's very interesting to observe when you're looking at somebody and they're going for a real bad patch, or they're just in that medium. Because again, most people come to you when they're not at a great patch. So when someone comes to you and they don't really know themselves, and you're seeing all of the beauty, you're seeing all of the magic, because they've been bogged down with so much mundane reality. Like life is kind of like just bogged them down essentially. And then one of my jobs as a life coach is to show them their potential, tease them into what their potential can be. And I always tell them that it's going to be far more imaginable than any of us can see and can visualize, because we are unlimited potential. And the sooner we realize that and tap into that energy, the more we'll be able to realize it and it will then become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So so basically, all right, so we have my favorite quote, or one of my favorite quotes, Einstein. He's like, you can either see the world as mundane or you can see it as magic. It's just a choice at the end of the day. Your eyes are connected to your brain. And so what you think is what you will see. So me, I only see a world of magic. And so magical things happen to me all the time. People who are in my space for long enough, if I speak out loud and I will show them, they will see the magic as well. Because I'm not making up. I'm just like, look, you see that happened there? This thing happened here, and then now this thing's happened here. You see it, yeah? You know, you spend a couple of hours with me, that will happen. If I, you know, I'm caught in that flow. If I choose to go into that flow and that vibration. And so what we're basically saying is that the chance of you knowing 1,400 things that's going on in your body right now, right this second, is minimal. So I know we love to tap into our intuition. I know it's beautiful. It's one of the things I teach. That gut feeling, you know, we want to follow that. We want to follow our heart. We understand that we want to bypass our logic. But if we're being realistic, we just need to accept that there's many things that we do not know. And even with an app like this, it's still not going to tell us everything. But anything that bridges the gap, especially when we know how to use it wisely, is going to be very, very helpful. And what I'll reveal to you later, unless you went to the website already, because you'll see it, is that I'm going to be here to support. So it's not, even if there was 1 million distributors of this product and this product goes, you know, multi-million, whatever, it's wonderful, it's great. More people now have within their hands a device that can heal them, has the potential, the potential to heal them. That's fantastic. But what I'm actually doing is building a community of this around this device where we'll be doing our own. We'll be doing our own research based on this tool. Again, I've revealed that a little bit more. So yeah, a tool that allows you to scratch the surface of your potential is mind blowing. And even today when I was thinking about it, because someone asked me, oh, how accurate is it? This was yesterday. Someone was asking me how accurate it was. And I answered it in 2 ways. And I was like, well, for the people that I've shown it to, it's a small sample size, but the accuracy was scary. Like, how did it know that? Like I said, it almost brought me to tears. I was like literally shivering when I was like, how did it know that? You know, I had the case study of so I'll say a case study. So I have a case study. So literally, so I show it to one of my friends, and she's like, we're having a conversation. I've just done the scan on her, but I was in a rush, as in like normal, just my normal self, which means I'm always in a rush. So I didn't have time to even show her the app, no nothing. I just did the scan, and I was like, oh, I'll just send it to you later or something like that. I'll just say I'll send it to you later. But we then start speaking about her personality, and she called out a personality trait which she herself hadn't shared with the world. It was like a gift, like one of those kind of gifts. And I messaged her, like, got home late, whatever, messaged her like 12, 1 o'clock at night. I can't remember what time, it was late. And my brain, obviously, you know, mind blown emoji. And I showed her the image. The exact word and phrase that we used was the word that this app called out as the energy that is most dominant in her being. You know, so in terms of its accuracy, you got to kind of try it for yourself and see. In terms of its accuracy of healing, again, it's really anecdotal. Like, we can never say that this is a medical device because it taps into energy, and most medical professionals they ain't even scratching the surface on energy stuff at the moment. Like, they're dabbling, they've dipped maybe one pinky toe in, but you know, they're not doing anything. Basically, they're not doing much. But they'll get there. It's called patience, because this is the future of technology is self-healing, personal care, and something that's based on energy. That's why I'm so excited, because that's what this device does right now, right here. So, but what I was saying as well is, even if it's not accurate, it's still a great tool to get, because it's going to unlock levels of thinking. So like, I'm at the point now where I listen to certain people and I'm not really care. I don't really care that the information is true or not. There's a certain type of topic that I listen to, let's just say, within spirituality, and at no point am I believing what this person is saying, or these group of people, this set of people. It's a whole section of people. But the reason why I like listening to them is because of how creative they think. Because what they're saying is it's not in books. So so they're either bullshitting or they're telling the truth, and it doesn't really matter. I'm like, wow, what a great idea that is. Or how does that idea fit into my worldview? How does that idea shatter my worldview? So what I'm saying is that this app is so expansive. What it will do to your brain alone, it will start rewiring neurons in your brain, dendrites in your brain, purely by just going into the levels of the app and being like, oh my days, there are that many levels to self. And I've only been treating myself on these 2-3 levels. I didn't know about this. I didn't know about this. I didn't know about this. Next minute, you've got a whole body of knowledge where you're now like, okay, now I see potentially why I'm also influenced, and why this habit is so hard to break. Because I'm just looking at it from these 2 perspectives, but there's another 30 perspectives here that was influencing this particular habit. And so now let me at least work with these 30. Once I work with these 30 habits more holistically, okay, if I still don't break myself out of the cycle, maybe I need to adjust. Maybe it's a me thing. Maybe it's an app thing. I don't know. You know, that's why you would work with someone like myself. We would work through it logically. We'd be like, okay, cool. Let's scientifically just break down what's happening here and break it down into chunks. Maybe we need to reconfigure the formula slightly from the base algorithm that it gives. And so you can do that. You can go into the app and you can change the programs of healing bespokely if you don't agree with something. If you're like, no, I don't agree with that, I just don't want to do it, or you just point blank refuse, you just go in, change it. So get back to my notes. The true path to transformation is energy moves through mental, emotional, and physical realms. Everything is interconnected. So yeah, the reason why I'm most excited about this app, because this technology has been out for 100 years. Well, almost 100, yeah, 100 years. Let's just call it 100 years or so. So this technology has been out for about 100 years in terms of understanding that energy and vibration is the key to healing, and actually having machines that do that, basically. So why I enjoy this app and what it's done that's pioneering, as in there is no app that does this, is it has something called a causal chain. So again, I'm going to show you all this stuff in a second. We're just warming you up, but I'm going to show you, I'm going to get to that very soon, don't worry. We have something called a causal chain, and these causal chains will show you all of the links that this particular issue that you have is linked to, and it will show the strength of it as well. Like, how strong is this particular issue within your whole system? So think about your body as a system of mental notes, a system of emotional notes, physical notes, and sub notes within these notes, like a music, like harmony. And yeah, what we really want to do from an objective perspective. So my objective is to turn mundane. So you're living life really boringly if you know everything. If you're the smartest man in the room, you're in the wrong room. If you know everything, then you're probably not wise, because a wise man knows he knows nothing. So we're using this device to tap into deeper realms of ourselves, but we're using this device to tap into deeper unknowns of ourselves. And so where we are going to, and I mean the people that join the community, it's like £4 a month. I'm going to charge people to join this community, because I've got a lot of admin work. I've got a lot of work to do. I'm basically going to commit my next years to this community. So I have to charge for it like £4 a month on top of whatever subscription fee you go for within the app. That'll be at the lowest version. And if you really want to have some fun, there's like a £15 version, £15 a month. But I would only recommend that for people that are kind of like obsessive about this kind of stuff. If you're kind of casual, then maybe not even join the group. Don't even join the group. But if you actually want to use the app on a practical daily basis, which is what I will be using it on, and which I am using it on, then the £4 group will have loads of great ways and great ideas. And also you'll have a community of people that will just be building. Like we're going to be building, basically. So we basically want to tap into this realm of the unknown, which again, if you check out my videos, I speak about chaos, how to transform chaos into a superpower. It's one of my favorite videos. For me, it's like a must watch if you want to kind of get into the philosophy of how I'm a little bit outside of the box with my thinking, basically. And yeah, everything you see, yeah, as you can say, you can see everything as mundane or you can see everything as magic. So that's Einstein. So I want to actually just skip quite a lot of this stuff and I want to just get into the app. So when you come into the app, basically what you need to do is you just need to open up your, so you're going to do a sensor reading. So I'm going to show you how to do it in a second, but essentially you just do a sensor reading. And so this will assume that you've done a reading already. So you go into the app and you can, the best experience is on a, oh yeah, just to be clear, what's happening now is I'm doing a screen share of my phone. So this is an app. So it's not a desktop. It's not on Windows. It's not a desktop. I need to get, I need to find a way to get Google Play Store on this device, on this laptop. So I could have showed you on the widescreen. So you're seeing it in its phone format. And for me, it just goes to another level as well when you play it on a tablet. So obviously I have a tablet, an Android tablet. And yeah, obviously that same login will go for both. So I basically recommend using it on the tablet. It's just that obviously with this particular, what we're doing today, we can only show it on the phone, basically. So it's not ideal, but hopefully you guys get the idea of it. And whilst I mess about with this stuff. All right, cool. We'll just rock it like this. That's crazy. All right, cool. So yeah, and you might again on your, and just so you know as well, on your YouTube as well, you can zoom in as well to try and see it a bit more. And this app, when I mean it's user friendly, it has 27 AI helpers. So in terms of like what this app can do, it has 27 different AI helpers. Yeah, it has 27 different AI helpers, which I'll show you later. We'll kind of go into it a bit now. I don't get it. All right. Yeah, we'll show it to you later because that's not working properly. So you just go in, you just open your record. All right, cool. So when we talk about the simplicity, basically, we're assuming that we've done a scan already. So all you would need to do is decide what you want to do for the day. Do you just want to play the meditations? And then you will just click on this. You just click on the play. It will just basically clean the screen for you. And it just focuses now on the meditations. And it's basically saying that my meditation is 32 minutes to play what we call the harmonic boost. So say like you're feeling low energy. If you're feeling low energy or you basically just want to go through the whole program, that is where the harmonic boost is. So in my particular reading, I've got like 27 priorities. There were 27 different priorities. Those 27 different priorities. And so these are the priorities now. So purpose, pitta, large intestines, liver, belt. All of these particular things are my priorities. And you can play that for 32 minutes. You can also switch down and up. So today's not the tutorials. Just to be clear, today's not the day where we're going to do a tutorial where we walk through the app. I'm going to give you lots of advice because there's other videos for that. And I'll be doing some of my own videos as well in terms of like what to do in the first 5 minutes. So today's not really that day, but I'm basically just showing you how simple it is in terms of just breaking things down. So say like you wanted an energy boost, you literally could just give yourself an energy boost. And again, these are programmed to you specifically. So somebody else might get, they might not have liver in their energy boost. They may only have liver playing for 8 seconds and have 9 different frequencies. They may want to help their physical body. They may want to help their physical body, so they click on the physical aspect of themselves, so on and so forth. And you can also increase and reduce its time as well. So say like you wanted to, like right now, I just reduced its time. So say like you just wanted to do a 10-minute meditation. The 10-minute meditation is right here now. And I just listen to it for 10 minutes and I go about my business. I get my boost and then I'm gone. Or what you can do really is you do the 21-day meditation. So what we recommend is that we move through a 21-day meditation program where it will pick out your particular, what we say, biomarkers that are going to help in your healing journey. And you've got 2 a day. So it's 21 days. And there is the what you do when you're awake, and then what you do when you're sleeping or you're about to go to sleep. So you could say that there are 42 different programs. Thank you. Yeah, so there are 42 different programs. Fantastic. Yeah. So there are 42 different programs, meditations. And so all 42 of them will be different slightly. Some of them will be repeated many times. Like you may have a proper issue with your large intestines. So every morning your large intestines are working to make sure that your system is cleaning itself out correctly. For example, if you had any blockages there. And so it will automatically do all of this for you. It's essentially healthcare. Like I said, it's healthcare on a done for you basis. There is not much for you to do basically. There you go. That was the screen I wanted to call. Blimey, I knew it was a button. We got there in the end, people. Got there in the end. That's how it was supposed to look. So yeah. And yes, you just do your desired duration. You know, for people that are going to work, or you might wake up late for the day, but you still want to get something, and something is better than nothing. You do that. And then what's mind-blowing about the app is that you would use this sensor before you do your meditations. You would reprogram yourself and it will adapt it slightly based on your day's energy. Let me just say that one again. Just like this is one of the 1,000 things that this thing is, that they just thought of everything. I'll say that again. So it will, even though you'll do an energy read on yourself, that will be for 21 days. By you using this app every day before your meditations or before you go to sleep, before that 41, you do another 42 readings if you wanted to, and it would auto amend them. It would auto amend your meditations based on the energy you was feeling now. So say like you had a meditation app. There might be a meditation app that you're on, and that program is on like let's say a 7-day cycle, and it's going to give you 7 things to do for the next 7 days. It's not working with your energy, because the way energy works is everything changes. There is no constant in the universe but change. The only constant is change. And so with that being said, you really want to be able to work with your energy on a real-time basis. That's where this app, just mind-blowing, to be honest. It's just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. All right, so yeah, for the people that just want to go into the healing, you'd put your fingers, so it's got a right and left button. You would connect it to your Bluetooth device or to your phone. So if you need to download the app, there's a button called, I'm gonna even show it to you now. There's a button called new recording. And so you'd click on the new recording. So this would be the first time you use it basically. You'd click on new recording and it would then go to the Bluetooth. And look, it tells you to hold it here. And so right now, look, we're doing a live scan. It then goes on. And you see it's working now. It is literally that simple, people. That is it. It's so simple. So it's doing a live reading. It's saying the recording is good. It's building up my energy levels. I hope that goes up. But then again, I've not had much sleep. If it stayed at 45%, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, okay, cool. Like literally, I've had 2 hours sleep I've had 2 hours sleep today. I had a really good sleep the other day. So yeah, you could do a very short version. So there's a 30-second version of the scan where you just do a quick 30-second scan. And then there's also a 5-minute one as well. So you've got 2 ways of doing a scan. So I'll just stop that now because you saw how simple it was. I didn't even know I had my Bluetooth on. Your recording is too short. It's fine because we've already got one anyway. We don't mind. We'll just go back. But yeah, so it takes 5 minutes to do the full scan. Let's hope that it comes out of it. Can you come out of it? Okay, cool, wonderful. You've come out of it again. Let me put this back on. So yeah, sometimes when you don't put this back on, it will think that you obviously you're ready for a scan. So sometimes you might have to click out of it a few times. I've noticed that. Like it'll take it's almost like it'll take like about 30 seconds for it to wind down. And then yeah, at some point it will stop. Oh, you press the stop button. What is it again? I'll just do that. Sure. Yeah, so I've never not completed the scan in fairness as well. So I always complete my scans. So So yeah, this is the way that I'm doing it at the moment. I've just got the phone link app that links to my phone, and then I click on it that way. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment, which is okay. But yeah, I definitely do want to get Android. I want to find a way to get Android. I feel like it used to be simple back in the day, but I feel like they've made it quite complicated in terms of getting Android on your phone. All right, cool. So now priorities. So you do your scan and you see the priorities. So that's what we were seeing here. And we've got all of the different systems which it links to. So we've got the Chinese medicine with the meridian points. We've got your Ayurvedic. We've got your chakras. We've got your organs. We've got your TCM points, which is Chinese medicine, your acupuncture points, basically. We've got your particular recipes. We've got your drives and momentums. I'll get into that later. But your momentums are like, yeah, what you can see here, basically. You've got your drives, which is your personality. So this is your emotion. This is the bit that's scary. How it tracks your emotional states. Is, yeah, that was a scary bit for myself anyway, personally speaking. I've just clicked out of it. All right, cool. So there are more. So that in itself are just the sections. That are just the sections. So there's 29 priorities that it's chose to do with my body. Now, the thing that is key to this system, what makes it just, like I said, they've pioneered this. This is pioneering work. So again, when people say like how accurate it is, they're geniuses. Like that much is clear. And they've done their scientific research, that much is clear. So you can go to the website and read all the research papers if you want. This technology is not new technology in theory. It's just that, yeah, there are just like, to me, it seems like there's about 10 to 15 things that they've done that's just never been done before. and then to integrate it all into one app and then make it user friendly. Nah, it's they're taking a mick, quite honestly. So these resources, so now there are 13 different groups. I just realized they work off the number 13 as well. So they work off of 13 different groups. They have your atoms, by the way. The atom that is most dominant in my body is osmium. Today is not the day when we're going to go advanced. I might do it in the second hour, but I need to kind of just keep this one for like people that don't know me and people that are just kind of just want to know what this app is. There's a 10-minute version on my video that is better than what I'm doing in terms of even just quicker, getting to the point way more. Like I'm going a bit around the houses and stuff a little bit today. Hence why we spend long. Sorry, my normal videos are like 2 hours for anyone that's never heard me before. My normal videos are 2 hours kind of minimum. That's just that's what I do. So it's basically saying that the chakra that dominates my system is my throat chakra. No surprise for anyone that knows me. No surprise. And that my drive is concentration. And it's flexible. My concentration is flexible. Yo, that's crazy. Again, I don't want to start talking about myself because like this one here, yeah. Yeah. And that my wound is injustice. So it's telling you your wounds as well. So it's also looking into your shadow states as well. Like, yeah. So, people are into astrology. So there's a thing in certain ancient cultures where you don't reveal your name to people. You don't reveal your name. You basically give people, basically everyone walks around with like 3 different names. Your real name that your mother gave you, your spiritual name that that the shaman would have given you, and then you might have just like another name for business and trade. And you got 3 names. Because each one of these names have power. They're like master keys. Words are spells. Everything is magic. So these are like master keys. And so certain names you wouldn't reveal. So like, you might not want to reveal your birthday to people because if you reveal your birthday and your name, they're only a time of birth away from knowing more about you than you know yourself if you know how to do that stuff. And so I'm like, even now I'm like, raw, do I even want to click? Because this is my profile, by the way. I need to get a test profile of like some unknown person, like, because now I've said that as well. There's people on this call that obviously I've done the test for, and their profiles on here. So, like, I'll go on the front line for the people. I'll go on the front line for the people. But yeah, it tells you what element you are. So just to be clear, I've built my own app that does this, but on a level that is based on your name and your number, your name and your date of birth, like astrology. So I've built my own divination app. So I was trying to keep it as vanilla as possible, but it's a life coaching app that also has divination into it. But we teach it on a scientific level. So, I don't know if that settles people's fears, but if it doesn't, then hey ho, that's basically what we do. So and I've got the 5 elements. That's what I'm saying. This won't take me long to integrate into my system because my whole system is based off of the 5 elements. And so it's saying that my particular element is metal. Yeah, and that my throat chakra is one of my most dominant chakras. So let's click in because some people know what chakras are. Oh, they've changed that as well. That looks beautiful now. So it used to look more ugly than this. So again, they're always updating stuff. Almost every day they do an update, or every few days they'll do an update. So when you click into one now, this is the actual information. So we're only going to be demoing it light touch, but basically everything is kind of based on this system. This is almost like the XY axis for everything. So it's based on attention and intention, which is what it says here. And whether something has intention, so whether that energy is intentional, and whether that energy is focused, will determine its state. It will tell you how short term it is as well, this particular. So my throat chakra was dominating at the time, but it's short term. So I might be able to do another meditation. I might go into like a deep meditation state, for example, and it may show that my crown chakra is dominating. It shows you how your heart is beating. So it's basically saying that this particular chakra is linked to another 24 things within my system. And that this particular chakra is sending energy to my other chakras, to 3 other chakras in the causal chain. And then it basically, and then it shows you what it's linking to. So this particular throat chakra is linked to 17 organs and 3 TCM points and 3 other chakras, for example. And that this chakra is very long. I've never seen a number this big, this alt cycle. So it's vibrating slowly. It's a slowly vibrating energy. 18.5 seconds for one cycle. Which, if you think about how fast your heartbeat is, be like 60 per second. That would be 1 basically, or it would have 1 second on it. And then obviously you've got the PDF report as well. So as usual, it's not a medical checkup, you know, it's experimental, it's based off of energy. 161 beats. So it's basically saying in that 5-minute scan, I did 161 beats in 5 minutes. So I can't help myself but get a calculator out quickly. So yeah, this is 5 minutes. So I'm doing that wrong. 560 times 5 is 300 divided by 161. Okay, cool. So 1.86. So it's just showing me how I was just doing that to see how many beats, how long it was taking me for one cycle in my heartbeat. Basically, it was almost 2 seconds to do a full cycle. All right, so where are we going to next? Biomarkers. Now, this is the depth. So like I said, if you were just into the healing, we've done that bit already. There wasn't much more to show than that. You basically just play these headphones. You would need to buy headphones, or ideally buy headphones. And just wait for it to rebuild the data. So it will load the data each time. Now, when I was saying that this is for doctors, I don't know how to read a polygraph test. So I don't know how to read a lie detector test. I'm not trained to be that, but this is the data that it uses. So again, when you ask how reliable is this technology, well, this in itself is 60, 70 years old technology in terms of the polymath. There are other biomarkers. So there are certain trained doctors that will be able to read this stuff here and be able to tell you how healthy or how unhealthy your heart is. And you can click in them to see it on a per second basis. So it ran for 161 seconds, or there was 161, let's say, data points or time moments. And so, for example, when I did a test on somebody, I kind of was asked, because it lasted 5 minutes, there were certain exercises that I was getting them to do, or I was basically just getting them to do certain things within those 5 minutes. And so there'll become a point where your practitioner will literally look at your different states of energy, or you could learn how to look at your different states of energy and see how it shifts in real time. Like, if people are not understanding it, then I'm going to blame myself for doing a really bad job of explaining it, quite honestly. Because, yeah, this is my first time presenting it, and I'm decently excited. I'm actually pretty calm. You should have seen how I was on my first 5 days. Like, so, like, I'm actually pretty calm. I'm actually pretty calm. Thank you very much for asking. And it shows me, and it shows my HRV, your heart rate variability. Look at that, people. What this basically means is I've got range. So it's not a great, it's not a great one, but it's also not one of the worst ones. But it basically meant that I was fluctuating at the extreme levels. I basically was doing like the whole show within my reading. That's what the destabilizing is, because these are now at its maximum attention and intention. So I was basically doing the whole full scale. So I would imagine that when you're looking at my biomarkers, or when you look at my biomarkers or my polygraph, you would have been able to see that I would have had a lot of range going to like a deep meditative states all the way to like excited states. And so I've showed like a destabilizing HRV. So HRV is heart rate variability. This is like one of the key biomarkers. Again, now this one is accurate. So when you're asking me like how accurate is it, and this is the kind of stuff that your smartwatch is doing, that they've chosen this one for a reason. Like heart rate variability is everything. Is everything. There's at least 50 to 100 different scientific researches in terms of the different areas that what your heart rate variability, what that indicates about yourself, i.e. biomarkers. So it's one of the most well-researched ones, if not the most well-researched biomarker. And hence why, and that's why they've done it as almost like the landing page, or the kind of heading page. So much. So yeah, very rarely will people be going into this level. Me, myself, I'll be going into these 2 levels, but I'm not going to teach that today. These 2 are real advanced stuff. Let me just go back to my notes as well. I actually did have notes, and I just realized I'm kind of not sticking to my notes, because basically we had the 3 levels. So yeah, I was supposed to show you the Petal system, the priorities I've shown you already, and the harmonic boost I've shown you. And I've kind of explained the Petal system, but not fully. So I'll just do that now. And then this will get you on your beginner level. So let's just go into any one of these. So what I love is working with I'm basically working with, I'm basically part of, I don't want to use the word inner circle, but basically because I'm a distributor, I have access to the managing, the owner of the business, and literally the ideas that we're saying. So yeah, the ideas that we're basically mentioning are actually getting implemented in the app, because they just want to make the app the best possible, and it's just come out of beta, so they know they still got work to do. So for me, what I would like is this option should be able to toggle down, because there is information that on the tablet you can access that sometimes is quite hard to access. So the information that yeah, so basically I know for a fact that there's information below this, and I can't click on it right now, which is annoying, but essentially it was going to show you the 8 different petals, and That's obviously really important because those 8 petals that are basically the basis of the whole system. The whole system is based off of these 2 things here, but mainly it's like your 8 personalities. They would represent your 8 personalities and your 8 archetypes. Okay, now you're scrolling down. Okay, so maybe it was just me. And no, it's not scrolling down. Yeah, no, it's okay, cool. So it's also got personalized meditations as well. And these personalized meditations are for you to read. And there are also a voiceover meditations as well within the app. So I forgot to say that as well. And they will change based on your archetype. So depending on your archetype will depend on so say like you had a liver issue. Well, then there are 8 different meditations for the liver, depending on the archetype of how that energy is expressing itself within your liver. Like, how is your liver expressing itself is the best way to put it. And so that's what that is. So anyway, we'll just have to do it from this and basically say that the one that you don't want is static. Static is like basically dead energy. It's like the energy is blocked. So when they talk about energy blockages in like Chinese medicine or acupuncture or the meridians, essentially, this would be akin. So anywhere where you're seeing static is basically energy that's not moving, which is, you could say, as bad as it gets. Low energy is energy that is almost static, but has some movement, but it has a low amplitude, like it's powering very, very low. And remember last week we spoke about the different frequencies. For everyone that's listening from last week, we spoke about the different frequencies, and we're saying that for at least 50 years, people have been studying what different frequencies, how the level of different how your cells vibrate and what a healthy cell looks like. And that an unhealthy cell that drops so low in its vibration, in its energy signature, at some point will become cancerous. If it drops any lower than that, it then becomes death. So something that is low energy and static are things that you want to address ASAP. So they will definitely be built into your list of priorities. You're strained just means that the system is there's a part of your system that's being overworked. So when we click on stained, it basically means that it's chaotic. So this here is always going to be at the end, nearing the end. Now this is obviously peaked. So it's like what you would say very strained. So they've got levels to it. So it's very, very strained energy. And the attention is like loose control. But again, it's a short-term problem. So it is something that, you know, through just the meditation alone, it could be boosted just from the meditation alone. And what we love, the reason why we love the fact that this is medical grade is that we're saying that the accuracy of the HRV is medical grade level accuracy. And so you can basically become your own scientist, your own, I'm trying to use like non-medical terms. I just use the word alchemist. That's how my brain works. If you know what an alchemist is, it's basically like an old school scientist. It's science before it took out spirituality. Let's just put it that way. So, and it would work with nature. And so your body is nature. And so you basically just have the mind of an experimenter. Have the mind of an experimenter. If you take the mind of an experimenter and just use this as an experimental device, then you can't go wrong. You're because at some point you're going to be using this with how you feel as well. And you're going to be saying, okay, so phenomenology, or how I feel, basically, this is how I feel. This app is representing how I also feel in certain areas. And for some areas, it's going to be stronger because some areas, like, you're not going to know what parasites are in your body. It's just not going to happen. So you would need to have a scan for that. You know, no amount of intuition. Well, I won't say no amount. The chance of you knowing what parasite is actually most active in your system right now is, you know, almost zero, basically. So how that parasite affects you, and what happens when it's gone and gone. Now you can do that. You can maybe work with that. So if you start working with your own energy, you're going to tap more into your energy. You're going to become more susceptible to the subtleness of these energies. So I do qigong, which basically means I can feel energy. I can read energy, well, not read energy, but I can feel energy. And so the subtleties of energy, I'm decent at. You know, there's always levels to it, but you know, we're decent. So yeah, that's the petals. Now the one that you want, so the good ones are like these top 3 here. So like that top left hand, the top, left, the top 3 that are left are the quote unquote best ones. So stabilizing is good. So stable energy. So it means everything's going to be like this is going to be in the middle basically, as you can see it here. So it goes backwards. When this is, so when this is in the middle, it's going to push this backwards more. The more higher it is, the more it's going to then push it up into this one. The more lower this is, the more it's going to push it into this one. So it's like this one controls this side, and then this one, these ones here control this side. That's another way to look at it as well. And again, pretty short term in terms of horizon. So all of these terms are terms that your doctor will know. Like I put this stuff into ChatGPT and it knew all of this stuff. So this is just standard heartbeat measurements that any doctor that studied the heart would know. And so again, we've got all of those biomarkers there. You know, it's fantastic. It's incredible, to be honest. All right, so now what we're doing for intermediate. Let me go to my notes, look at my intermediate. Causal chains I just showed you. All right, dashboards. All right, so let's get to the fun stuff now. So look, this is the most fun button. I remember it took me 2 days to find out that you could click onto these icons, that these things would do something different. Because my mind was just blown just from this stuff. So anyway, we're here now. Yo, look how sexy that looks. Wow. So these are the different dashboards that you've got. Unbelievable. Start with a simple one. Chinese medicine, 5 elements. So again, what's beautiful about it is everything is interconnected in this app. They don't leave nothing in isolation. That's what I just love about it. And also as well, when you click these play buttons, it goes to like 2-minute tutorials as well. Just by the way, so that's why I was saying, like, I'm not trying to teach you like this stuff in terms of a tutorial, because the tutorials are built within the app, and you've got the AI helpers as well. So it's really, really good. Obviously, there's a learning curve to it. That's just going to happen with anything new. So you need to be patient with yourself and just prioritize the areas that you think you need to focus on first. Master those couple of areas and then start dabbling into more areas. This is a lifelong journey. This app, once you tap into this app and what this can do, this is a lifelong journey. So it's basically saying that my wood is the destructive. So when I'm trying to create and destroy, it basically taps into earth, and then earth becomes overacting. My earth becomes overstimulated because the energy from here is going to here, and it's basically showing that your metal is feeding your fire. So basically, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Because I'm just getting, because I just remembered as well. That's what I'm trying to say, because I know this stuff as well. So in Chinese 5 element traditions, wood is the #1 element. So wood is like #1. So it's like wood feeds earth, and then earth feeds water, and then water feeds fire, and then fire feeds metal, and then metal feeds wood. So that's how you normally have it. So in Chinese 5-element star, let me see if I can bring it up actually, just to show you what I'm talking about. So I said I'm not going to go deep today, but I'm just showing you how mind blowing this is. I'll just show it. This will be one of the greatest examples of how mind blowing this app is. Chinese 5 elements star. So yes, perfect. We have it first time. All right, so let's bring that down. All right. Do laptop share fully. Yeah. All right, cool. So what we're saying basically is this. This is what we're saying. Normally, traditionally, from a generic perspective, metal always feeds wood. Wood always feeds earth. So wood, so we're in the year of the wood now, the wood snake. We're in the second year of the wood cycle, which is the wood snake. Yeah, so we just had the Chinese New Year, 29th of January, basically, the other day, literally. And so wood feeds earth. Earth feeds water. I already said this already, so I did actually do it in a perfect way. And then there's also another cycle as well that goes that way as well. Now, our one doesn't look like this. Why? Because it's based on your biorhythms and your data. So if you were building a Know Thyself program, or you was basically building like your own healing based on generic data, you know, there's a chance it's not going to be as effective. The remedies that you're suggesting are not going to be as effective, as opposed to now we know the energies that's feeding which energies in its directions, which is not following the traditional order, because you are not a tradition. Yes, this is great that this is 3,000-year-old technology, and you know we've got Chinese medicine, fantastic that they've kept their history, but we've now taken all of that information and actually put that into biomarkers. Like, I don't know if people are getting how like game changing what I'm showing them is. I feel like I'm doing a terrible job still of showing people how game changing this is. Like I said, I'm only ever going to undersell it. You know, I think it would take me about a year for me to sell it correctly. So this is your clocks. It will tell you what time to eat food, basically. You could change your whole data for this system, just to be simple. Like again, if you £4 join this group, and I'll be showing people how to use it on a real practical level. So there are tutorials. There's a 21-hour masterclass, which I will put could I have that prepared. So there is a 21-hour masterclass on the Bio-coherence website, where each video is about an hour long, and they go through each, let's say, screen of this system. But they don't really give you, what they don't do is they don't show you how to use it. They don't really show you how to use it on a real practical daily basis. They'll give hints and examples, but they're not designed to, and they're not supposed to. They're not really trying to. There's a different purpose. But ours is more like what I'm basically starting up is like a research group, like a work group where we're practically sharing the insights, and we're helping each other, you know, in certain particular areas. Like right now, there's a whole thing that's going on within one of the chats around women's menstrual cycles, and how these harmonies are helping them with their menstrual cycle. menstrual cycles. I say, no, I'm not a woman. Menstrual cycles, you know. Now, that's outside of my pay grade in terms of like me knowing that stuff. But there's a whole conversation that's been having around that. And that's what I want to do with our group, but in our own way, because, you know, based on our own community and stuff and our own needs that we're looking to address. So yeah, here is, because someone was asking me the other day about bacteria. I was like, yes, it does. So it does show you your parasites, your bacteria, and your fungi that's within your system. These are all real terms. You know, you can look them up for what they mean. And then here are the frequencies that will, quote unquote, kill them or harmonize them. Let's just use the word harmonize them. So just for this one particular, just to be clear, look, just for this one thing called modes, Mollassia fulva, there are 144 potential frequencies. 144. Let me say that one again for the people in the back. There are 144 potential frequencies that could get played, that could be added to your meditations and your feedback and your vibrational feedback loop for this one parasite. Well, I don't even know what it is now. Is it a parasite? Bacteria. They're also saying that this one particular area, this one particular mode, also, there's another way to look at it as well. It also affects up to 144 different things. So this mode, if it gets into a bad state and it's within your system, it can affect your allergies, your sinus, your alcohol addiction, your frostbite, your herpes and eczema, your fungal infection. So again, causal chains, links. There's 4 frequencies for eczema that work with this mode alone. Very, 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 very specific, very, very particular. Yo, them frequencies, people. I ain't gonna lie. The frequencies are crazy. I don't know if you can hear that on my mic, because I've got a button to do the screen. I could have played it from the speakers, but yeah, we're just having fun. All right, so I've been on for an hour and a half. I said I wasn't going to stay too long, so let me go to what's in advanced, because I've done everything. Intermediate. I've done causal chains, kind of did causal chains. So you can basically create your own meditation. So this is the intermediate. Did I say this is intermediate or advanced? I don't know what I'm on now. I've said intermediate. Oh, right, I've called that intermediate, yeah. So I've said intermediate, you can create your own meditations. You can create your own lists. So here's 47 fruits and vegetables, and it will tell you what fruits and vegetables are good for you. So broccoli for me in particular is very, very good. There's 7 things that broccoli helps with in terms of my biomarkers. And it's also affecting my skin. So by me eating more broccoli, I could be influencing my skin, my lungs, my liver, my immune system, my digestive system. And this will be all bespoke to myself. Like, this is still like being progressed, developed. So there'll be a time when you can click on these individually. So that's why it's in the test list, because it's still under development. But yeah, like, this app is a joke. Like, I don't even know what to say. It's an absolute joke. Supplements. So it's got the supplements that you could be taking. Aromas. So again, this is experimental, but basically this will get real big. Like you can imagine that in some months' time, that there'll be tens and tens, if not hundreds, of these. Like you can just tell that they're waiting to just explode these shared lists. Because again, the more users that come on, the more people are going to do their own lists. Like alternative health practitioners are going to come on it, and some of them are going to be real serious, and some of them are going to be real like, okay, I'm going to just put my own spin on this stuff based on my 100 years of research, and we're just going to give it to the people for free. Bang. I'm going to be working with people that are going to do this, by the way. But yeah, anyway, I can't say too much. Like the plans I've got for this app is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's what it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. That's all I can say. And again, whatever I say, I'm underselling it. It's ridiculous. So you can do customized programs. There's 40 different dashboards, and every single thing that you click on can be linked to a causal chain. And so it tells you like what's feeding what, or you could just see the causal chain here. This looks so much better. Yeah, I definitely recommend you guys getting a doing it on your tablet. If you've got tablets, it just looks so much more sexy on the tablet. It really does. Like I don't mind on the phone, but yeah, like yeah. And so it shows you all of the causal chains. And because I'm doing this through my phone, I can't zoom in. But obviously on your phone, you can zoom into any one of these, and it will show you like what links to what. So you just got, basically it's like a mind map. Basically it's like a mind map, but of your whole system. Bro. Yo. All right, cool. No, I'm gonna do that after hours. Because I'm gonna pause this video. And then I'm gonna go for longer. I might just go for longer and then just edit it out, and then just do the after hours thing for a second. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it after hours because I'm holding back certain things that this app has got, but it's gonna get a bit technical, and I just want to respect the people that are new. Basically, I'm just gonna assume that someone here is new. They've never heard of me before, and so I don't want to go deep with it yet. So yeah, nothing that I've said so far is deep. This is just the app doing the app stuff. All right, cool. Heart-brain coherence and mastering the rhythms of life. I will just say that to master the heart-brain coherence is the key to life. I'm gonna keep it real simple. If you can master your heart-brain coherence, i.e. synchronizing your heart with your brain, you are now working at Jedi levels. That's all I'm gonna say. There is a company called the Heart Math Institute. Heart Math Institute. I might not spell institute right, but they've been pioneering for the last X amount of years or decades in what happens when your heart and your brain are synchronized together. That basically is what every single spiritualist is looking for. Anyone that is into spirituality, the holy grail of your body is when you can synchronize your heart and your brain, and this app will show you whether you're doing that or not. So this app is a spiritual training device. Let me just say that one again for the people in the back. This app is a spiritual training device. I don't know if that excites anyone. Is anyone still on this call for that to excite them? And it's basically here. So this is a bit too technical. I understand this actually more than, I understand this scarily more than I should, because I'm into heart-brain coherence. And, oh look, it didn't even do the full scan, but I still had it though. This thing here, the golden mean, I'll just give you it to you like now. You want the more of these greens you get when you do your live scans, the more you are going into a spiritual state. There you go. That's just literally it. The more that you can become harmonic with your body. Yeah. This app will tell you what body, this app will tell you what note your body is resonating in, people. It will tell you what note, whether the key signature, the key harmonic within your body is a C, a B, and D, an F, whatever. The Solfeggio, it will tell you what you sing like. Listen to my videos or join my advanced classes. It's highly recommended, because I can't say certain things now because it just sound too boastful, but like, just listen to my videos. And my one before today, where I talk about vibration, my last two videos I've been leading up to today. So I knew kind of, because again, I'm starting this wellness clinic. So my last 3 videos have been on the wellness clinic. It's my 3rd video on healing. So if you want to get into like the actual science of healing, that's what my last 2 videos have been on. And I speak about the golden mean, the golden ratio, the Fibonacci sequence, and how music and harmony are the key to life. Anyone know about the Schumann resonance, people? Does anyone know that the earth has a heartbeat? Is there anyone that knows that the earth has a heartbeat called the Schumann resonance, and that we can measure it, and that it's measured on, and that they came to find out that the Schumann resonance and the frequency of the Schumann resonance is basically matched to the same frequency that we as humans are supposed to have. I don't know how I went to there with that screen where. Does anyone know that? Because if you understand that as a key to life, then you'll understand that as above, so below, and that we are just purely we are children of Mother Earth, because we literally at our rest state have the same frequency as the earth. And when you're looking at the Schumann resonance, it looks like this, by the way, people, just to be clear. So we can tell, like, I'll be able to tell this. Why you might, so basically, even though I've got like the paid, even though there are like the do-it-yourself versions, like obviously you can also just pay me money to do a full consultation where I'll spend 2 hours reconfiguring your life, and we'll just sort out your life, just like boom, 2 hours done. Thank you very much. Because again, like, I can't get personal with myself either, because I have to respect my own privacy. And I can't go too advanced, because I realize that people, like, literally someone just mentioned, and I know this person is quite new to this stuff, they seem very keen, quite honestly. I can see it in their eyes. I don't want to blow up your name, but like, I can see it in your eyes, actually, quite honestly. Like, I've not said nothing, but I can see it in your eyes that your eyes lit up when I spoke to you about this app. So I would love to, like, you know, be able to work with you, genuinely work with you, basically, because why you would pay for someone, or why you would just work with someone for help, is because they can shortcut. So I've been doing this stuff for like 20 years, and we're maybe in an age where you can maybe do that quicker now, because obviously I made a lot of mistakes, but I'm also teaching you not to do certain things, because these are the 10 years worth of mistakes that I've made. Easily got 10 years worth of mistakes I could speak about. And so why I'm able to help people transform their own lives, and you can just have testimonials as well, is because I'm so I really do value my mistakes more than my successes. Basically, this is like my own personal, my own personal ethics. So yeah, this page is the most interesting page for me. This is where I'll be spending most of my time with people when it comes to the spiritual work and spiritual development. This is where a lot of the time will be spent. And this here, Darren, are you on the call still? Because Darren, if you're on the call still, remember that piece of technology that cost £15,000 that you was gonna take your mum to, that's got cancer, that had so someone that I'm speaking to, I shouldn't have said the name out loud. I'll try not to do names and stuff. But you know, their mum has cancer or had cancer, and the most expensive healing device in the country right now is one that costs £30,000 and one that cost, I think they both cost £30,000. And so there's this device that plays these frequencies, and it kind of looks like this. It basically looks like this. And it will play these frequencies. You just pay for you pay like, I don't know, £500 for a 2-hour session. And it will play all of these different frequencies. The device itself costs £30,000. There's only 2 in the country, I believe. And their sessions are like £500 for an hour or 2. And I'm basically saying that you've got, I don't want to say better or worse, to be honest, but I understand. It's basically, it's based off of the same philosophies. I'll put it that way. So I don't want to say what's better, but I will say that this app, you can get everything that you need for £8. £8 a month only. It's not the version I would recommend, but you can get that. All right, so now we're going to just show my website, and then we are going to bounce. I think I might even edit this video a bit. We'll see. Oh yeah, oh yeah, cool. I know what I'm doing. Don't worry. I'll speak about the business stuff later. So I won't speak about it at all, actually. All right, cool. Boom. All right, so. Oh wow, that's smashing. Yo, I smashed it. All right, cool. So welcome to my website. Let's get it popping, bro. Let's get it popping. So yeah, I have a digital marketing company. I really enjoy. I don't do website design myself, but I can do it if I need to, and I've done enough myself. I've done. So yeah, I would say this is my best landing page I've ever created. Or it's up there. It's up there. I've done some really good landing pages, in fairness, but I love the yeah, I just love what it does. I just love what it does. So I'm gonna just skim through it because I just enjoy how the things move. And I'm not gonna say nothing. But yeah, I just love stuff like that. Just little notes like this. Just how the colors come in, how they drop down, how it moves. Yeah, it's grown up, man. Like how that comes in there. The colors. These colors are on trend, as the young kids call it. Some on trend colors right now. Got my countdown, my first ever use of a countdown. And so we got 2 days and 3 hours to get this deal that I've offered. To get these deals that I've offered. So yeah, like I literally just built this yesterday. Just yeah, like I said, I haven't slept much, but here we are, and I'm very happy to be here. So I've not even linked the page yet. I still now need to just go back after this call. I'm gonna link the page here, so you'll be able to click on it. So I've not actually done that. So but yeah, you can just go directly to the website. This is live right now, and you can buy it right now. If there are any problems as well, I've not really tested the app. I've not really tested the checkout properly all the way through. So you can just buy what you need to buy. And if there's any problems, you know, we have a team who can assist you ASAP. So yeah, I've showed the app already, so I don't really need to speak about it too much here. We're just gonna kind of go to the offers. But I mean, this is just the main thing really, to say that your smartwatch has 10 health metrics. That's kind of what I've went off of, the main thing. Generic and limited insights and just data. 2,300 wellness ahas. Holistically integrated, life-changing, personal healing. So we're basically saying 115 times more powerful. I should have done the 8 times cheaper one as well. It's 8 times cheaper as well than a smartwatch. Apple smartwatches cost £800. This costs 100. So, by the way, these case studies are real. These testimonials are all real. These are word for word copied from the testimonial database that I have access to. So these are all real. And I know some of these people as well, because some of these are actual practitioners. So a couple of these people are distributors as well. And yeah, so all of these testimonies are real. These are not fake testimonies. These are all real people. So like this person here, Laura Cool, like, you know, I know her basically. All right, cool. So also, yeah, just get any questions that you have up as well. Just get them ready, because I am going to go after I do talk about this bundle. Yeah, I feel satisfied in myself. I don't really feel like I need to speak more, because I did actually talk about the fact that genuinely everything is about this heart rate variability and brain heart coherence. When it comes to my work as a spiritual life coach, these are the two things that will allow me to rest at peace with my clients. If you are able to get on the ladder towards mastery of those two aspects, because we're literally talking about I'm basically taking this as serious as life and death. Like, I've spoken about this before, but it gets a bit advanced. It can be quite scary for people, because we're talking about death. I have no fear of death. So for me, it's a very comfortable area. But I know some for people it's quite sensitive. But I'm hinting to say that this kind of stuff, this app is potentially going to show you the difference between a good death and a bad death. I'll just put it like that. All right, cool. So the sensor itself, you can buy. And then when you want to, because they have a free version of the app. Now, we've established that the free version you can only play the harmonics 5 times. Once you pay for this, it's like a trial for free for 5. But all you get is the harmonic boost, which is the one that plays it all. So once you do it 5 times, that's it. You now have to pay for the app. So we even got them to basically just say, like, you kind of need to change the word. It's not necessarily free, it's a trial for free. It's a limited trial for free. That's actually what it really is. So that, again, that's not them trying to be shady. It was just like, we need to be 100% clear. So I like the fact that it's actually 5 times you get it for free. So if you want to just pay your £99, there's a special offer at the moment. So I've given a special offer on top of the special offer that the website has, because it's their 1-year anniversary. And so this will normally retail at about £140, 135 to £140. That's how much it will retail at if I take off all the tax, the discounts, and also what I've thrown in as well as part of my gift as well, to get this, just, you know, get this in as many people's hands over the next 48 hours as possible. So you can buy the sensors only if you want to. Obviously, we don't really recommend that, because at some point you're going to need the app, and they've got a site-wide 15% off. So they're not going to have this again. And so for me, it makes sense to just buy the full version, which basically starts at £164. That gives you full access to the app. What it basically means is you can run real-time scans as many times as you want. You could run them 100 times a day if you wanted to. You could run one on you, run one on your partner. You know, like, you can do it. You can do so much. But it has unlimited scans at that level, and you get access to all the dashboards, all 40 dashboards, and 2,000. Sorry, what are they up to now? So 3,113 different layers and levels, basically. And then, yeah, like I said, I'm going to be starting my own private group, which is going to be most likely either a Facebook group, a Facebook private group, or a Telegram group. I've not decided yet. It just depends on the kind of people that sign up. But I'm probably feeling Telegram at the moment. I'm kind of leaning towards Telegram. Having my own private Telegram group, basically. And so that will be for 4. And so if you sign up now, I'm going to give you 2 months access, 2 months free access to this. So it's a group that's not started yet, that will be starting next week. So, oh yeah, it's a mental check. What I need to say there. So yeah, it's a lot of money off basically. So this will normally be like 200 and something pounds, this bundle offer. So if you was to buy this from the website, it would be about 200 or so pounds, with everything that we're about to offer. And then the other offer, how long will the device remain at this price? So these are lasting 40, all of these bundles are lasting this long. But I might do another, but basically, yeah, so this is lasting this long, but I'm still building stuff to the website. So I'm still going to be doing other offers. But again, like the worst case is that it will go up to £135. That's the worst case that it will go up to. Now, the reason why I'm hesitating with the answer is that basically I'm very new to being a distributor. So what that basically means is that I've got massive ideas that is going to take me a little bit of time to implement. And basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be buying in bulk. And the more I can buy, the cheaper it comes. It basically is just an economy of scale. So right now, I'm still buying at a level that is cheaper than what you would happen if you went to them direct. So if you go to Bio-coherence direct and you try to buy from them, when you add in the import, because you've got to pay import duties, they don't include import duties on their price, and they've only got a distributor in France. So from tomorrow, I'm going to be listed, or sorry, from next week, once I buy my first batch. So, all right, this is what's happening. The reason why I've had to put a time limit on it as well was also strategically, because I want to get as much orders in between now and Sunday. And then on Sunday, then on Monday, I'm going to place an order with the manufacturer or with Bio-coherence. And the more I can buy, the cheaper it becomes. And then obviously I can pass those costs on. But right now, this is already cheaper than what you would be able to get if you went to them. But just remember that you've got to pay income duty, you've got to pay VAT, all of their prices. So their prices will look lower than mine right now, but when you add it all up, and also shipping costs from France, obviously you've got to pay shipping costs from France as well, which is expensive. So yeah, it's so their one works out. So yeah, their one works out at about 125 because they've got a site-wide discount of about 15%. So their one works out, it's about £125 if you was to buy it from them directly right now from France. But again, that is going through a distributor. So these devices are only sold through distributors. Bio-coherence do not sell these devices directly. So they will sell the subscriptions directly, but they won't sell the devices directly. So they only go through distributors like myself. So I am the first distributor to have a live website, because I saw on their distributor list that they had someone in the UK. I went to their website, nothing was live. So I don't know what they're doing, but I'm the first distributor to go live with devices in the UK. And, I've got them in my hand, but I've only got a small batch. So obviously I need more. And so, how much more I buy will depend on how much demand is generated over the next 48 hours. So tell a friend to tell a friend. You can tell a friend, and you can get money off as well. So if you are struggling financially and you want to reduce down the cost, or you just like to reduce down the cost because who wants to pay more than they would, and people that are interested in this world. So for every 5th person that you refer, you get a whole month subscription for free, which is worth £60. So their full version, which is basically their family pack. So think about it as an Amazon a Netflix family pack. You get 6 accounts under one. So it works out at about £7 an account. Sorry, I'm terrible at maths. You would think it's maybe I'm terrible at maths. I ain't even going to try and work it out. So time divided by 6. So yeah, it works out about £10 per person on the family subscription. So that's their most expensive version, but that one gives you 6 accounts. You can put 6 people under the account and you get everything unlimited. So that's the only version as well where you get everything absolutely unlimited. Everything is fully unlocked. So you have to pay £60. So if you refer 5 people, you get a month off plus a 15% cash back. So basically, we're now saying that you can make money from this. It's not necessarily that you have to stop your whole life and start your own business. We're just saying from your friends and family and people that you meet who are interested in this kind of stuff. And again, you're going to be your own case study. You won't need to think about, oh, I need to drop my whole life to sell this. Literally, I love this app. So I naturally will talk about this app. It will sell itself through word of mouth because there is nothing like this on the planet right now. So it doesn't need to it doesn't need a hard marketing push. It really doesn't need a hard marketing push. You just, would you like to get more data than you're getting from your smartwatch and only pay £100 for that? It's like, you know, it kind of sells itself basically. So what was we saying? 115 times more powerful than your smartwatch. So yeah, and that's what these are the kind of ideas I've got in the group. I've actually got more ideas. These are just real limited ideas. I kind of put this together, but I can't really get into the stuff that we're about to get into. But like, these are, you're definitely gonna want to join this group. This especially at the £4 level at the very least, you're gonna want to join this group because what we're about to do with this app is we're gonna be doing things with it. We're gonna be having a lot of fun. I'm gonna be giving away competitions as well. Who can meditate the best, who can get into certain states the best, who can do this, who can change a certain level within their area. Like, be a whole bunch of challenges, and it's going to be real fun. Like gamification, basically. We're going to gamify this app and turn it into a real fun thing that you're just going to want to use. Just like, oh yeah, boom, 2 minutes. Let's see if I can do this in real time. So you can just measure your activity in real time. And that basically means that it just opens itself up to a world of fun and transformation and healing. All right, cool. So let's get back to these deals. And then the final deal basically is £184. £99. £184.99. And it gives you access to my stuff, which is divination. So I'm not going to speak about it for too long. You can check out my my YouTube channel. But essentially, I've built the world's first omni divination tool. So it's the only tool in the world that integrates 18 different divination systems into one report. So numerology, astrology, human design, Chinese astrology, chakras. That's another synchronicity. You know, we've got Chinese astrology. Yeah, there'll be there's so much crossover between my app and what this does. But yeah, they're well ahead. They're well ahead. And yeah, we basically will teach you how to tap into your own rhythm and tap into different dimensions, basically. Like, it's a real spiritual, like that one's straight spiritual. There's no like ifs or buts. It's just like a purely spiritual vibe that we're on. Like, I'm a spiritual life coach, and so that app allows me to do spiritual life coaching on a level that no one can really do, just because they don't have my technology and they definitely don't have my mind. Just like everyone has their own mindset, everyone has their zone of genius. I just know what my zone of genius is, and I tap into it every single day. It's like a muscle, basically. So yeah, and yeah, so what we're saying here. So yeah, we're just saying, yeah, so obviously today we've got between 15 to 70% off of deals for the next 48 or so hours, 8 p.m. Sunday. And this gets you 1 month, just to be very clear, it gets you a 1 month subscription. So you're buying a bundle, a 1 month subscription and the app. And as an extra incentive for the next 48 hours, I'm going to reduce this by £5 again. So I'm going to give you a further couple of percent off, and I'm going to reduce this to 179, and I'm going to reduce this to 159. So I'm going to reduce it further as well. I'm not going to reduce this one though. I need this at 99.99. we're into numbers. This numbers are a real important number, so I can't reduce that one. But these two I can reduce, basically. So I'll reduce them by a $5 each, basically. So I'll do that after I get off the call. And yeah, we just want people to just join our community, man. I've always wanted to start my own community of healers and people that are on this stuff. I've already got my own community, but this is about taking it to that next level. And these two apps, between myself, my Sono app, and Bio-coherence, it is basically a match made in heaven. Like literally a match made in heaven. Yep, gamify consciousness. Yeah, basically we're gonna gamify consciousness. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do, basically. So yeah, we're gonna have a whole bunch of fun. Like, I got a whole bunch of ideas. Like I said, I will just reveal them in due course. So let me just tell you the next steps. When you lot order over the next 48 hours, they do have American distributors as well, by the way. They've got one American distributor. I don't know if they're live now. Let me just, because I know, Paul, you're from America. So let me just check. So I know, yeah, because I know I have obviously a lot of people that listen to it from America on my show. Sensors. So look, they've only got 2 distributors that are actually live right now. That's how hot off the press is. So I bought my devices from here. So before I became a distributor, I bought my prices from here. And you'll see it looks really cheap. But yeah, like I said, you've got to pay import duty and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, you've got to pay for shipping. And it's just a headache. Obviously, you've got to wait as well, like a couple of weeks for it to come from France. So obviously, we'll be having, you know, stock available in the UK. So it's more expensive, obviously, as you see. So I'm not selling this one, this mid-tier. It's like a mid-tier license. I just want you lot to experience it fully. So this one just gives you like 10% of it, and you still got to pay £30. I just don't see the point, quite honestly. So this pro license. All right. So just to show you lot the price of how much I'm discounting it compared to them, yeah. So if you go to this website right now, just to be clear, I'm giving you a mad discount. So €299 in pounds. That's £234. So this company, again, I'm not trying to knock them. It's just what it is. I'm just telling you what the difference is in price. I'm not trying to knock them. So this is the same one that I'm telling you that I'm selling you for £174, or sorry, £159 now. For some reason, for some silly reason, I produced. If I saw this price, I might not reduce to £5, but yeah. I'm joking. Who knows what I would have done? But my whole point is that they're charging €179, which I've just done the conversion, is £134. I'm not joking. £134 is how much they're charging. No, that's $299. What have I put $279 in? I don't know what I did that for. That's what I saw, $279. We've got to do that one again. So yeah, basically $250. So I now need to go back and change my RRP prices and put it to $250, because this is what they're doing. I don't need to, but I'm just trying to say, like, I'm giving you like a mad deal over the next 48 hours. I don't think I'm gonna have these prices. I'm not gonna have these prices again. That's what I'll say. I'm not gonna have these prices again. So they're charging $250, and there's only 2 distributors, and you can only get your sensors from them. So, you know, I'm trying to treat my family nicely. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to just get you lot in here, quite honestly. I'm not really even fussed about the profit margins for this first batch. That'll take care of itself later. But yeah, so I don't know how much the American distributor charges. So yeah, they've got an American distributor here. That's what I thought. Look. So I'm like the second person. I'm basically the second distributor in the whole of the world that's actually got a website where you can buy the product. So you can get it from them, but you'd have to like email them. Like, I know there are people in America that have got devices, because obviously I'm in the partnership group and stuff. But you got to email them. That's like, look how slow that is. You got to wait for them to respond. Then they got to send you their packages. It's like a headache, isn't it? Basically. But it's fine. Give me a week and I'll have something for you as well. So for my people in America, because obviously I've got a lot of contacts and networks in America, I'll just hint and just say that I will have something for our people in America as well. I'll just hint and say that nothing is signed yet, but this will get mobilized within the next couple of weeks. Almost no ifs or buts. It will happen because it's me. So it will happen. So anyway, yeah, like I said, this is just what I'm able to do in just 1 week's worth of no sleep. So yeah, I'm basically going to I'm basically going to commit my life to this app for a very short term. The wellness clinic is going to be integrated with this app. My own personal work that I do that I don't share with anyone is going to be integrated with the app. The work that I do in these work groups are going to be integrated with this app. I'm going to be helping people make money because obviously, as anyone knows, I'm a salesperson by trade. So a sales director running digital marketing companies, sales and marketing companies. I can help people scale and set up businesses. And this now basically is a business in a box. If you weren't paying attention. So this is now a business in a box for people. Yes. So yeah, it's about £80 reoccurring. It's less than that because that's the euros prices and that's the dollars price. So they've got a 15% off now on subscriptions. So when I said £60, it means that the discounted price for the subscriptions right now is working out to about 61 pounds and some 30 pence. I think when I just did the conversion rate this morning, obviously it changes every day, but it's about 61 pounds and 30 pence right now. And that's 15% off from them, which I'm then obviously also able to pass on to you. So once that deal goes and it goes back up to about 70 pounds. So it will work out at about 11 pounds. It goes from 10 pounds to about 11 pounds per user under the, family kind of Netflix subscription packs, that kind of thing. So again, I can't speak to your value. At no point am I going to try and sell value on an app like this. You either think £10 is worth it or you don't think it's worth it. Like, I don't know what people spend their money on. I don't know how tight people are with money. But for me, £70 to help 6 people and to have 6 people under my account as well for that kind of money. Yeah, you kind of just need to use the meditations, to be honest, because the power is in the healing as well. Because we can get lost in the kind of like technical aspects of the data and like just how fun it is to look at and how transformative it could be from a life coaching perspective. Anyway, myself as a life coach, but really it's about the healing, and until you try it, you won't know. So buy the device, try it, and see, and be open to a miracle. Like I said, the reason why miracles happen for me literally every day, like literally, I could tell you. Again, someone was with me yesterday. They witnessed how I operate when I'm in flow mode. They got to witness me in flow mode for like 4 hours, and just the things that were happening whilst I was in flow mode. And then also the things that were happening to them. The things that were happening to them because we were both just on it. It was a beautiful thing. That's what I just love being with people, like just sitting down with people and just like showing them that your transformation is not as far away from you as you think. I'll say that one again. Your transformation is not as far away from you as you think. So my favorite saying is transformation is in the now. Transformation is in the now. And you just have to know, I'm not going to do a whole life coaching thing now, but like you just have to know the keys to open up your transformation. What are your limiting beliefs? Essentially, a lot of my work is just working on your limiting beliefs. and your shadows that are holding you back from tapping into your true potential. And as I said, in my opinion, just on my observation, most people don't know, I would say even 10% of their potential, I would say they would actually know and have an intuition for. It doesn't even mean they're tapping into their 10%, but I would say in terms of like an intuition about how deep they could take it. Because one of the things I'm really good at is like spotting like what your spiritual gifts are. Like, you know, I've done that many times, just call out spiritual gifts, and then I work with them, and then that gift just reveals itself. Maybe not in the exact same way how I called it, but like in a similar-ish way. And if I'm wrong, then I get a surprise. I get a lovely surprise. Oh wow, your gift was this one. Yeah, great. Let's work with that. So anyway, that's enough from myself. Yeah, just really, really, really happy, really proud, you know, to be bringing this device to the world. You know, I know about hundreds of technologies. You know, you've heard me speak about some of them in the past 2 shows, and yeah, just this device, man, gonna change some people's lives. So I'm very, very like humbled to see the vision, because I want to get this into people's hands. Is what I'm saying. I don't want to just focus on my clinic, and I want to just get this into all. A part of my responsibility, I feel, is to get this into as much hands as possible. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Not just heal people and heal my own clients and my friends and family. It's also just spread the word, become evangelical about this app and the things I'm about to do to it. Like, honestly, the things I'm about to do with these frequencies and these vibrations when I open up my clinic, you're not going to want to book a session at my clinic. Just like, you're just going to want to book a session at my clinic. The first 10 people to buy my device will go into a special raffle, and they will get a free healing session at my clinic when it opens, roughly in about a month's time. And that will be worth £300. So one of the first 10 people to buy this device, but you can't buy the sensor device. So yeah, because I need to see that you're on it. I want to see some commitment that you're on it. Like, you know what I mean? So you got to do that £159 for what version? Just wait 5 minutes and just change the prices. So the first, like I said, the first 10 people to buy the app will go into a raffle, and they will get a 2-hour healing session by yours truly at my healing session, so at my clinic or at my treatment room when it opens. Obviously you'd have to travel to me, so like it's in North London. Basically it's in London. It's basically where I live. It's like 10 minutes from my house, if anyone knows where I live. So yes, 10 minutes from my house essentially. All right, cool. So yeah, that is that. Thank you very much everyone for their time. Unless there's any more questions, I will give it 20 seconds. And if not, I am going to bounce. And yeah, I'm gonna bounce. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing that one today. And thank you. Peace, love, harmony, balance, truth, righteousness, order, reciprocity, harmony, and justice.